Okay, so folks, notice that Chris is using a Pathfinder without an overlay. In the terms of the AAC, we've all been used to where we focus on the different details of the icons. This is incredible. Motor planning is, as time moves on, motor planning is much more important than icons. Okay. Hey, guys, do you have some questions for Chris?
How long have you been married?
Just about a week. Year. And a half. Just about a year and a half.
Wow. Congratulations.
Awesome. Have your T-shirt here for Becoming AAC. Maybe you want to tell the folks a little bit about it.
We're developing a program and organization where we match up AAC users like myself with beginning users and we want to teach them how to build relationships which you have to learn to be an effective communicator. We are developing a program and organization where we match up AAC users like myself with beginning users, and we want to teach them how to build relationships, which you have to learn to be an effective communicator.
And Chris asked why he had never really been shown Minspeak. And I know he's speech pathologist, and I said, hey, why didn't you ever show Chris Minspeak? And she said, well, we did show him Minspeak, and I gossiped. No, I wasn't I was interested. Ported it back to Chris, and he was to hit a key, and it played Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I don't care. And that was his testing of it, and they asked me how he liked it.
Oh.
You can imagine. Okay, so that's how actual therapy goes on in major centers in America.
And I remember saying I had a device that I'm communicating well with. Why do I want to sing? And I remember saying I have a device that I'm communicating well with. Why do I want to sing?
Okay.
How hard was it to learn to sequence and
Yeah, maybe that would be my question is, how long did it
take him to pick it up.
How hard was it and how long did it
It
take?
wasn't that hard to learn, and you had to realize I was 34 when I was learning this. Plus, I was coming from a page B-A-S based device. So, this was very different. I would say I had it down in a week, and then it was learning where everything was. It wasn't that hard to learn, and you had to realize I was 34 when I was learning this. Plus, I was coming from a page-based device, so this was very different. I would say I had it done in a week, and then it was learning where everything was.
Any tips that you could give us as we try to teach somebody how to use this system for the first time?
I would say my best TIP tip is you can't overthink why this icon means that or that icon means that it is important to associate. However, but if you try to understand why the icons mean something, you are going to drive yourself and the student crazy. Say my best tip is you can't overthink why this icon means that or that icon means that. It is important to associate, however, if you try to understand why the icons mean something, you are going to drive yourself and the student crazy. Just using it and not thinking about where anything is, and that is why it is. It works, right? You're just using it and not thinking about where anything is, and that is why it works.
I have a question, Chris. What piece of advice would you give? I have a person that I evaluated for an AAC device who's 30, who has been working with a page-based system with CP, and I tried to sell him on Minspeak, but he was very adamant about continuing his page-based with a spelling, like a keyboard option. What piece of advice would you give on what bought you into Minspeak and what kind of sold you?
I think what bought me is remembering what my first device was like for me. Sure, it wasn't this, but Z. It was kind of like this, and I learned to add the other parts of speech to my sentences myself. So, when I was taught the idea of Minspeak, I knew right away I was going to be faster and that was important to me. The other parts of speech to myself. I think what taught me is remembering what my first device was like for me. Sure, it wasn't this, but it was kind of like this, and I learned to add the other parts of speech to my sentences myself. So when I was taught the idea of Minspeak, I knew right away I was going to be faster, and that was important to me.
Okay.
One question that I have, Chris, is what can we do on our end as people here at this seminar to work with you in terms of establishing mentorship relationships with some of the folks that we might have?
Here is what we would like from you. If you know of someone that would be a good MENT mentor anyone that needs a M.E. mentor, email me, and then I will get in touch with them. We're working on training different M.E. mentors because we don't want it to be do it like this person. We want everybody to see everybody does it differently. Here is what we would like from you. If you know of someone that would be a good mentor or someone that needs a mentor, email me and then I will get in touch with them. We're working on training different mentors because we don't want it to be do it like this person. We want everybody to see everybody does it differently.
Chris, how's Dawn?
Dawn is happy. Life is getting back to normal. Somewhat. Now, Dawn is happy. Life is getting back to normal somewhat now.
Chris, what's your favorite sports team?
What are you talking
Better
about?
say Red Wings.
Oh my Lord.
I know. Now we're getting into problems here in Pittsburgh with
Sport. What sport?
Good question. Football.
D. A.